Welcome back to the TV5 Morning News. On this Monday morning, Tracy Marchand joins us from Between Friends Art Studio in Brewer, and we're making necklaces, right?
Clay pendant necklaces. It's oven-baked clay. There's a lot of different brands, but I prefer Sculpey. It's easiest for people that are just starting to get into this. It's a bit addictive, so
is it? Okay.
Yeah. So start out with a few colors, and then keep adding to your collection as they go on sale.
Okay.
First thing that you need to do is take the block out of the package and start to soften it. I start by just rolling it, and as it warms, it gets softer and it gets a little bit more pliable. So if you want to roll that, I'll show you the next step, which is take that ball that you've been warming and start to smash that into a little bit of a disc. Then take a little rolling pin, or you can just continually press it with your thumbs, but I like the consistency of the rolling pin till you get that.
Evener, more even and flat.
It does make it a little bit more even on the top. Yeah. But if you don't have one, use your thumbs. And then find a little cookie cutter.
Okay.
I had a lot to choose from, but this is a great size and an easy shape to start with. And just cut out your shape that you're going to make your pendant out of. And then pulling the rest of that clay away. You want
Which you can save for next time.
Put that away for next time. Sometimes these are great mixed as well. I mean, always they're great mixed.
Okay.
And then pull your little disc off the glass. And by the way, glass is really great to work with clay on, because it does leave a little residue, as you can see. So you don't want to do that on your kitchen counter or on your kitchen table, or you'll end up with that being your clay work space from then on. Soften the edges, and then just set that down. And then I want to show what clear stamps are. If I haven't before, I can't remember if I did, but you just peel these little rubber stamps off of the sheet and apply that to one of these blocks. If you have a bigger stamp, then you use a bigger block. And you can see through it, which is wonderful. So you can really see well to center that.
Exactly where you're going.
And you can try this, Wayne. There's nothing dangerous about it. No sharp instrument involved.
Sure?
I'm positive.
I'm not going to hurt myself.
And it leaves a really nice impression on that clay. And then you just follow the instructions on the block of clay. I think it's 275, 15 minutes. And you bake that. But before you bake it, don't forget to take either a shish kebab skewer or an awl, or I like to use my painting stylus. Find the spot where you maybe didn't center it perfectly, or a spot where you don't mind putting a hole to hang it.
Because you're not going to do that after you bake it.
No, so don't learn the hard way on that. Pick that up. Find an old cookie sheet, one that you don't mind sacrificing from then on for your clay work, because again, once you start using this for clay, you're going to want to continue to just use this for clay.
Could you line it with foil or something like that?
Yeah, sure you could, yep. Okay. But I mean, I'm an artist, so I knew that I would be doing a lot of it. Yes, and I think almost anybody that tries this will get addicted to it because it's so much fun. And then once you fill your tray full of your pendants, I like to also roll a few beads of the coordinating color. Again, using a shish kebab skewer or awl, pierce that. Pierce one direction, go back, pierce the other direction, and then that way you don't have those frilly edges sticking out of one side. And then you can use an awl and make designs on that as well. Put those on the cookie sheet, or you can put them on a skewer and lay them on the corner of a cookie sheet, and then that way they're not touching the bottom of the pan. Because it will make a little shiny spot wherever that touches. And then after that's baked, you take that out and you have a hard disc. And they're really virtually unbreakable unless you crunched it.
You really work at it.
Yeah, if you work at it, you could break it. But you don't really see the embossed design stand out too much until you antique it. So just take some regular acrylic paint, just a little bit.
Just to put it on.
Yep. And you're just going to coat
just make that stand up.
Before you start to do this step, have a wet paper towel and a dry paper towel on hand, because if you don't quickly remove this paint, it'll start to stain the clay. And so first wipe it with a dry paper towel, and you can see how much more that makes that stand out. And then with the wet paper towel to get off any excess. And then you're just going to use a waxed linen, or I found some of these pre-made
necklaces are made?
Ribbon necklaces. Yep, and just attach that to the necklace.
Well, thank you very much, Tracy.
You're welcome.
Time to get a check on the weather forecast. Todd Simcox joins us now over at the Weather Wall. Todd?